Hello, this is Hound4004, and welcome to Minecraft News. I will go over some teasers and reveals from the Minecraft devs, and I have some things from the Caves and Cliffs update. Of course, 1.18 was just released yesterday, and the upcoming versions like 1.18.1 and some 1.19 wild update things. So let's get started with the news. Of course, yesterday, the Caves and Cliffs Part 2 1.18 released for Bedrock and Java, adding so much. New world generation, new biomes. It's a pretty fun update. The world's like twice as big. It's a great update. But there's been a couple things that have been looked down upon, some 1.18 things, and I wanted to share some things before I got on with some 1.19 things. Some people have been saying things like, oh, 1.18 has nothing, it's just world generation and bigger caves. And KingBdog said it really doesn't add any new blocks or items, because all of those were in Part 1, hence the split. When people review these updates, it makes more sense to review both parts as one update, not two different updates. KingBdog continues on and he says, besides all that, I hope 1.18 is exciting for our players. It really does, and I cannot underestimate this. Rewrite almost every aspect of terrain generation. 3D biomes plus terrain and biome distribution are separated, resulting in natural variation. It's changed a lot, and of course, they had to split the update for their own well-being. If they would have tried to release it all in the summer, it wouldn't have been probably as good of a quality as it was having it be split. It's just better all around that it did have to be split. They were able to take time, and now we have a fun new update to play around with. Kind of continuing on to what I just said, with the Warden being postponed to the Wild update, KingBdog said the Deep Dark and Warden are going to be miles better than they would have if they would have been released in 1.18. Now, as of today, there's been a new Minecraft Bedrock beta. It's 1.18.10.21. And it mainly was to fix some bugs and things, but one thing that stood out to me is they added an experimental toggle for the Wild update. This probably means that, they've had the sculpt blocks already. There might be more things that are ready to be put under this experimental toggle. We might start getting full-blown snapshots and betas for 1.19 features, probably the Deep Dark already, so that'll be pretty fun to see coming around the corner here. Continuing on with that, KingBdog said, the past few days, we've been working on some pretty interesting things with Skulk and Skulk veins and Skulk, how they spread, and he said, curious to see if it will take us into an interesting place. In fact, Olraf already gave us a version of the LA. 100% perfect. If you didn't know, on Java Edition during the 1.18 update, there was some textures that had been changed. And there is some Bedrock textures that need to be updated, and here we have a word that the Bedrock textures will be released after 1.18, mostly like 1.18.1. So, coming up pretty soon, like we just had a couple seconds ago, a 1.18.1 beta for Bedrock already started rolling out, so hopefully sooner than later they will get those textures all patched up. And then also, he says, I'm doing another pass on stripped dark oak log. He said, I hear the community and would like to know what you think. Here's another version, closer to Bedrock's, but a bit brighter. So you can see here some stripped dark oak logs ideas. So, someone asked, Henrik, could you change the watercolor in deserts to be closer to warmer ocean? So it's not, just the regular color, it's special, it's maybe a tropical color, because it's in a desert. And Henrik replied, can't think of any reason not to make that change. Well, this was posted a while ago. I'll follow up saying I didn't forget, decide not to do it, because it turns out rivers in deserts have the same problem, and of course rivers are their own biome. So he goes on and says, and fixing that would require a new river biome or some other nifty solution for this. So maybe for another update, or sometime in the future. I think it would be cool to have more biome-independent water, like how on Bedrock Edition the oceans stretch into some different biomes and they change color. I think this would be pretty cool and a nice feature, and who knows, maybe we will see different biomes of rivers in the wild update. And then Henrik's been doing some parity testing, and it's, Bedrock and Java now have the same seeds, so it's quite nice. But something he says might need some work is some forest density. And to tie this even into the wild update again, because, it's a news video, I'm trying to advertise here. So maybe we can see some new forest changes. Well, hopefully we will, like they showed at Minecraft Live. Some forest changes, and we might get denser forests and parity with forests with the wild update. I think that'll be nice, and some things to hopefully see soon in the future. And for the last thing here, Minecraft account migration is still going on, and if you haven't done so, I would recommend it. Accounts are getting stolen. This is one way to prevent it. And if you now have a legacy account, you can now do the migration. I would definitely recommend doing it, and that's my 5 cents worth. And for now, that is all the news in this video. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you enjoyed. I gotta go get casing and cliffing some more. And for now, this is Hound4004 saying goodbye.